Pranam, welcome. The topic we are going to discuss in this afternoon is seven beatitudes of life in the human body. Great topic. Really, we should learn what must be the relation of human being with the divine. So this topic really it is chosen seven beatitudes of life in the human body. So that's what we want to discuss right now. Great topic, really. Here in the course, in his aphorism number 475, discipleship, discipleship to God, number one. Discipleship to God, the teacher, number one. Discipleship to God, the teacher. So when God is teacher, then our relation we must be a disciple. Sonship to God, the Father. When God is the Father, we must be related with the sonship as the sonship. Sonship is we must be His son. Again, tenderness of God the Mother. When God the Mother, the relation is tenderness. Clasp of the hand of the divine friend. When God is actually divine friend, we must have the clasp of the hand. Laughter and sport with our comrade and boy playfellow. So that is a great thing. Laughter and of course we'll find laughter and sport with our comrade. With our comrade, God will be taken as comrade and boy playfellow. Blissful servitude to God the Master. God must be the Master and we must have the servitude, blissful servitude. Again, rapturous love of our divine paramour. He is the God, the divine paramour, and we must possess the rapturous love. And these are the seven beatitudes of life in the human body. So I will try to quote again because He is the divine. We are here. The spark of the divine is here inside us in the heart center as the spark soul of psychic being. So we must be related with God in various relations. We must be related. And these relations must be of seven types. That's what's here in the course. Number one, discipleship to God as the teacher. Second, sonship to God the Father. Third, tenderness of God the Mother. Clasp of the hand of the divine friend. Laughter and sport with our comrade and boy playfellow. Again, we are going to have the relationship, the last relationship, number seven, blissful servitude to God the Master. So, again, the rapturous love of the divine paramour. These are the seven beatitudes of life in the human body. Again, Sri Aurobindo tries to quote, this must be the relationship with the God. So, canst thou unite all these in a single supreme and rainbow-hued relation? You know, rainbow, it has got seven colors, beautifully, harmoniously harmonized in the rainbow arc. That's what Sri Aurobindo asks, canst thou unite all these in a single supreme and a rainbow-hued relation? Single supreme and a rainbow-hued relation. Can't you unite all in a single, not in different here and there, all in a all seven in a single rainbow arc? That rainbow hued relation. Then hast thou no need of any heaven, because if you get related in harmoniously and all in this rainbow hued relation, all these seven supreme and rainbow hued relation, if you get related, then there is no need of any heaven, and thou exceedst the emancipation of the Advait. So it is the great aspect. So these seven relations must be there in one supreme and rainbow-hued relation, and we must be cleanly and clearly related. That is what the expected. Try to again. I will try to quote it again. Number one, discipleship of God, the teacher. Second, sonship to God the Father. Third, tenderness of God the Mother. Four, clasp of the hand of the divine friend. Five, laughter and sport with our comrade and boy playfellow. Again, we are coming to the sixth, blissful servitude to God the Master, rapturous love of our divine paramour. So these seven beatitudes of life in the human body, that is expected, and it is most expected, and only the expectation is like this. And Sri Aurobindo further canst thou unite all these in a single supreme, not like Panchali asked, like five great things, but not in a single body. Sri Aurobindo asks, these single supreme and rainbow hued relation in one, you have to unite in one. And then if you have got, then what the change will be there, then thou hast no need of heaven, and thou exceedest the emancipation of the Advaita. So again we are going forward little bit. We'll start from very beginning, very new. Because thou are given at first imperfect conception about God. We are going to quote about the God. Because thou were given at first the imperfect conception about the God, now thou resist and deniest him, because you were still moving till date, till today, with the imperfect conception about God. For that only thou now rest and deniest him. Man, dost thou doubt thy teacher because he gave not thee the whole knowledge at the beginning? That depends. Gaining the knowledge, it depends upon how much your base is prepared. Suppose you are studying somewhere in class 2 or class 3. Do you expect Einstein's formula or Newton's center of gravity formula, Einstein's formula of relativity, and your great, Einstein, you center of gravity, or Einstein and Newton's center of gravity, and Einstein's theory of relation, that is it expected? Will this be given like this? From the beginning, we claim that we have been given by the God the knowledge, not the entire knowledge in the beginning. So, do you think we'll doubt our teacher? No, it is our imperfection. Our base is not prepared perfectly. Against here in the quotes, study rather that imperfect truth and put it in its place. Study the imperfect truth, because step by step the perfection will come, and so that thou mayst pass to on safely to the wider knowledge that is now opening before thee. You should have the step by step knowledge. It is a step by step procedure. So just imagine, if you are interested in learning, so even from imperfection to perfection is the rule. Even if the perfection is bestowed by the teacher upon you at the very initial moment, then it will crack the imperfect earth. Tooth born too soon might break the imperfect earth. So everything must be applied on you on step by step. This is the step by step procedure. So with this step by step, you will gain knowledge, and you will gain the wisdom that is opening before you. So even if the teacher is giving some imperfect knowledge because of your unawareness and unpreparedness, so don't blame and don't doubt his ability. Again, so like this, the God, because it depends upon our perfection, our base, how much it is prepared. Thus the blessings will be bestowed, so that we can march forward to gain the wider knowledge and move towards the greater perfection. Again, here in the quotes in 469, this is how God in his love teaches the child soul, and thus this is how God in his love teaches the child soul and the waking, taking them step by step and withholding the vision of the ultimate and yet unattainable mountain tops. Just now that's what I have discussed. Just as the child learns everything step by step, From imperfection he is moving to perfection. The gate of the knowledge and wisdom is open before him. He is entering step by step, and God and the teacher is teaching as per his ability, as per his progress. Like this, God is also guiding his child, divine child, in same way towards the inaccessible heights, ultimate and unattainable mountain tops. And have we not all same weakness? Same things here in the asks. Have not we have the same weakness? Same weakness that child is having. The teacher is giving, taking him step by step, following her, catching her hand. Like this, God is moving towards unattainable mountain tops in same way, step by step. So, are we not all have the same weakness? Are we not, again, second question, are we not all in his same sight but as a little children? We claim we have grown up, but thing is that so far this, because knowledge, it is not, there is no top. You can't fight any top extreme point, that is not at all possible. So we must try to learn, we must try to actually realize the things, and we must be able to go step by step, because the gate is wide open before us, and the divine is a child that carrying us upward through that gate. But thing is that it depends upon our base, preparation of our base, and how much really we are prepared. Against your in the course, this I have seen, that whatever God has withheld from me, thus this I have seen, still in the claims. This I have seen, that whatever God has withheld from me, again, He withheld in His love and wisdom. He withheld whatever He has withheld from me. He withheld in His love and wisdom. Had I grasped in them, Sri Aurobindo asks very much, it is a very confidential thing. So, had I grasped it, then I would have turned some great good into the great poison, because that time I was not prepared. I was imperfect in my sight. I was a very much feeble in my luminous knowledge. So I was just like a kid. So if I had grasped them, then I would have turned them some great good into the great poison. Yet sometimes when we insist here in the course, when we insist, he gives us poison to drink, that we may learn to turn from it and taste with the knowledge his ambrosia and his nectar. That's what he is testing upon me. As already we have discussed, as per our preparation, as per our realization, as per our progress, he is giving. If he is giving everything at a time when we are not prepared, then this base will break up, and all the good will turn into the great good will turn into the great poisons. Yet sometimes when we insist, he gives the poison to drink. It is also possible. Sometimes also God gives poisons to us to drink, that we may learn to turn from it, from the poison, and taste with the knowledge of his ambrosia and his nectar. So he is testing. When he is testing, what is the problem with us? His failure is not failure whom God leads, and how the end shall be vain when God is guide. But with our imperfection, so we are just trying to blame him, doubt him, confuse, and comes again and again. But the thing is that we must be that much sincere in our endeavor. Against here in the course, even the atheist ought now to be able to see that creation marches towards some infinity and mighty purpose. Atheist also, he can know the creation progresses towards the great end, infinity and mighty purpose, which evolution in its nature supposes. Evolution, it is carrying forward. Atheist also see this progress is on. It is every day, every time, every moment, with a spectacular vision, maybe with a slow speed, but it is going, it is progressing. But infinity purpose and fulfillment presupposes an infinity wisdom that prepares, guides, and shapes, perfects, and justifies. With that, actually, evolution is a slow process that is going on. It is for all. But thing is that but the infinity which but infinity purpose and fulfillment presupposes an infinity wisdom. That wisdom you must have to know the working the style of working, the standard of working, of course, the mode of working, which is being done by the divine, that prepares, guides, saves, perfects, and justifies. So, rather than that wisdom and worship it with thoughts in thy soul. So, to know it, to plan it, of course, to realize it, it is must be the realization will must come from the soul, not from the external mind, life, or body. So thoughts in thy soul, not in the intense incense in a temple, and though thou deny the heart of the infinite love and the mind of infinite self-indulgence. So to know, to sense, to feel these things, that wisdom that prepares, guides, saves, perfects, and protects, and justifies. It needs the vision of the soul, vision of the spirit, not the, of course, heart of infinity love and the mind of the infinity self-indulgence. Then, if you can able to know everything by with the help of your soul, then what happens? Thou know it not the still the Krishna whom the we reverence and worshipest. If the things can be seen with the vision of the soul, naturally the realization, the feeling will come. That great, great trust will be there. You can be know to great. You will have a great faith and great realization that it is still Krishna, it is he who know. Then thou know it is it not the still the Krishna whom thou reverest and worshipest? He is doing everything, he is guiding, he is actually taking us forward. That's what can be seen and experienced by with the vision of the soul. The Lord of Love, again, the Lord of Love has said, they who follow after the unknowable and indefinable follow after me, and I accept them. It is a great word, great meaning, great message, really. See in the quotes. The Lord of Love has just said, they who follow after the unknowable and indefinable, those who follow after the unknowable and the indefinable, follow after me, and I accept them. This is the great voice, and the Lord of Love has said. He has justified by his word of the illusionist and, of course, agnostic. Why then, O devotee, dost thou rail at him from thy master has, because whom thy master has accepted? It has to be accepted, it has to be gone. And so the thing that the as you have heard the voice of the Lord of Love, whose voice is like this: they who follow the after the unknowable and indefinable follow after me, and I accept them. They follow after me, and I accept them. He has justified by his word the illusionist and, of course, the agnostic. Then Sri Aurobindo puts a question before us: why then, O devotee, does not rail at him rail at him whom thy master has accepted? It is a great call, great for the great adventure. Just thou rail at him from thy master has accepted. Really, it has a great purpose. We must realize. Against your in the quotes, Calvin, who justified eternal hell, heaven and hell exist in the soul's consciousness. Calvin, who justified eternal hell, knew not the God, but made one terrible mask of him his eternal reality. He had a great fault. Calvin, who justified eternal hell, not only hell, eternal hell, knew not of God, but made one terrible mask of him the eternal reality. That is was a great, terrible mask of him, his eternal reality. If there were an unending hell, eternal, in the quotes, if there were an unending hell, it could only be a seat of unending rapture. If the hell that was unending, it would be possible. Then possibility of rather on the other side, you can see that then only be a seat of unending rapture. For God is Ananda. Here in the quotes, really what God? For God is Ananda, and then the eternity of His bliss can no other eternity. For God is Ananda, and than the eternity of His bliss, there is no other eternity. Everything is possible. So hell, what has been justified by Calvin, the eternal hell, actually it is the everything on the imagination of the mask of him, his eternal reality. Finally, Sri Aurobindo quotes after Calvin Dante, when he said that God's perfect love created eternal hell, again eternal hell. Dante, who said God's perfect love created eternal hell, wrote perhaps wiselier than he knew, wrote probably wiselier than he knew, for whom stray glimpses. I have sometimes thought there is a hell where our souls suffer aeons in intolerable ecstasy and wallow as if forever in the utter embrace of Rudra, the sweet and the terrible. So, Sri Aurobindo quotes this hell what has been wisely justified, written by eternal hell, written by Dante. The God's perfect love created the eternal hell, wrote perhaps wisely or than he knew, but wrote in a very wise manner. For his stray glimpses, I have sometimes thought, still in the course, I have sometimes thought, there is a hell, definitely, how it is, where our souls suffer aeons of intolerable ecstasy. This hell, eternal hell, where our soul suffers aeons of intolerable ecstasy and wallow, as if forever in the utter embrace of Rudra. Utter embrace of Rudra, Rudra Shiva, who is there, the sweet and the terrible. Great description, really. Anyway, it is a great description on seven great relationships to be tagged in the as the rainbow arc. So it is a great description, really. So we have gone seven beatitude of life in the human body eternally. We have seen from Sri Aurobindo's great description initially. Then we have gone for the justification of the eternal hell. We have quoted from Sri Aurobindo's aphorisms, like in line on the eternal hell from Calvin, and of course description from Dante. Again, we have come heard the Lord of Love, and he is saying the great voice we have heard here in here. Again, we have supposed that worship and wisdom which opens before us in a glorious way, and how to process, how to pass onwards, how we are lifted forward by the eternal teacher, great lover, God, as to our in a step by step procedure as the child learns by his ordinary by his human teacher. So our imperfection towards perfection growth, there is no doubt of it. Vande Mataram.